What are you?
I'm Batman.
I had to add that at the end. Oh, okay. Get all fixed. I would like to say cheers. So, damn it, you didn't do.
Yeah, I didn't.
Get the memo.
Shoot.
Sorry. You know what? I'll drink for both of us. It's that
Hey,
kind
there
of,
we go.
that kind of week for me. So, at least I had a big steak that I was able to eat. I don't know. People don't really care, I know, but you have those weeks at work where it's just like you can't catch a break. It's just constant thrown into stuff. I don't know. It's funny because you have managers. I mean, you might have this situation as an accountant, but say like if you're not working at a big accounting firm, like you're just working for like a manager or a lawyer, like they don't really understand that there's thought. You know, to them, it's like, oh, you spit numbers out. It's like, no, sometimes I have to like think about stuff. I don't know how else to tell them. It's just like, I don't want to say like, I need more time. I'm like, can I just think about what you're asking me? They just think you can regurgitate like regulation and, you know, percentages. So anyways, I've been wasting enough time. So, you know, nothing happened today, right? Nothing. Trump didn't like, you know, put tariffs on entire industries, and
no,
whole market's gonna fucking nosedive tomorrow, probably.
Nothing ever happens.
This is totally. I even was thinking like when I kind of like was thinking about Trump, I'm like, one of the first things I was pretty sure he was going to do, I'm like, he's going to retaliate against Germany. I'm like, I just Germany and their politicians, Merkel didn't treat Trump particularly well during his first term. I'm like, he's going to have payback for Germany. I know it. And now what do we do? How do you hurt Germany? 25% tariffs on all foreign automobiles. Yep. There's a kick in the face. BMW, Audi, Volkswagen, like, wow.
Yeah,
so he went right after them. It only took him a few months. So, I mean, he could say whatever you want to say about and it's on top of the tariff. I remember I was listening to it when I was finishing. 25% on top of tariffs that are already in place. Holy shit. So what a time. It was down. What was the market down today? 1%?
Yeah, thereabouts.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I wasn't like at first when I was paying attention, like around the morning, I was like, oh, things aren't that bad. And then
JP.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that we're at like we're in like a Cold War right now, Canada, US. I don't know what to tell you, buddy. My Canadian relatives are not enjoying the Trump presidency. I can tell you that because we're in like group chats. They're not happy. So I mean, feelings have been hurt. How long is this? You know, is this everlasting? I mean, we'll see when he leaves. Yeah. Jim is here. Nike, a buy at 40. Don't disagree. Anything, as long as you say it's a buy under whatever it is right now, I'll agree with you. So we'll get into that soon.
Yeah.
Berkshire better than SCHD. I think they're both just fine. I love my SCHD dividends. You spelt it wrong. What do we got? Big memes rocking the hit. What? Don't make me, dude. I'm gonna get freaking demonetized if I say that.
I don't know. It's skill.
Yeah. Please tell me you didn't get shaked out today, brother. I mean, there's another 1% drop. So I think we've wasted enough time before we start.
Yeah, it's all good. Got to say hi to the people.
Yeah, almost done with my wife's greenhouse, and then I get to put a stereo in the backyard.
So yeah, that's right.
Wire. I got the outdoor speakers with my credit card points. I'm kind of in between on two different receivers. I'm thinking either a traditional. I think it's Devon, whatever that. I'm gonna get a receiver from there, or the guy at the electronics store said I could do like one called Blue Sound. The difference is the Blue Sound one only works on your phone. So
Oh,
it's just a box that doesn't have any buttons. So it's all on an app. Or a traditional receiver, obviously you can do more stuff with it. So
which way are you leaning?
I keep going back and forth because I like just radio sometimes.
Mm,
And the blue sound receiver, you can do internet radio, but internet radio is like iHeartRadio
yeah.
bullshit. I want like local radio, or
Mm,
I listen to like Amazon Music. So, anyways, I got to figure out. I don't want to drill any holes if I can avoid it. So I think I can. I think I can get the wires through to the backyard, around the dryer vent. I'm gonna try. I don't want to drill any. Like you can't take back holes. So you got to think a long time before you start drilling holes in your house.
oh yeah.
Um, let's see what he did. Deckers has lower P. Oh,
Mhm.
he's like spoiling
Spoiled it.
he's
Spoiled it.
spoiling the Nike segment. He's just ruining it. We might as well shut it down. There's no need to talk. All right. Well, so this is our SCHD Reconstitution segment.
Mhm.
Because the people demanded it. Should I show the poll? I should show the poll.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Um, also, while I'm getting this, so I will be. Actually, I should. I did an interview with Russ Dapper Dividends last weekend. He wanted to know. Someone had told him that I was doing the option strategy, the wheel.
Mhm.
So we talked about it. We didn't really get into it till like more near the end of the interview. We talked about like stocks, like, which is kind of weird because I'm not really particularly looking to buy new stuff. Maybe a few things, like talked about Huntington Ingalls, prospects, maybe Boeing, so forth. And then we talked about the option
Oh yeah. Yeah. The
wheel,
good old
which
wheel. Yep.
is it's recovered a bit from the devastation of that QQQ puts a month ago, a little
Mhm.
bit. So I'll cover that maybe next week when the next round. Because well, it's funny. So I did the calls. I sold the calls because I had 300 shares of QQQ. So I sold 3 covered calls. Within 2 days, it was in the money. So again, like, so I'm leaving gains on the table, right?
Mhm.
So, the puts, I took a big loss. And then on the call side, okay, I got premium, but I'm also, I'm losing value on the stock because the price already went past what the strike on the contracts was. So this wheel strategy is not very impressive at this point. We'll see how the year turns out. So he'll post some video Saturday. Yeah, we talk about the wheel. People curious. There was some guy on Twitter. I forget to save posts, but this guy on Twitter, like he had like an option strategy that he said was guaranteed. I want to look in more of this to do research because these people bug me because of the way they talk.
Yeah.
Because they use words like guaranteed, risk free, right?
Yeah. Oh
We
yeah. No, it should.
all the shitty words that should red flag any investor
Mhm.
if someone's telling you this. And it's like, wait, nothing. There's no free lunches.
Yeah.
Nothing's guaranteed. There's no you're paying for risk or less risk. So to tell me options are some amazing invention, because we know what happens. We've heard this before in capital mindset. We've heard this before. These contract selling gurus who tell you it's a path to like wealth. We've seen examples of. Here's one right here. Let's go look. Oh, he's gone. Why is he gone, Bacon? Why did he stop making videos? Like,
All blew up in his face
it
because
fucking spectacularly blew
yeah.
up in his face. He lost a lot of money. A lot of money. Hell, you can go look yourself, people. I mean, I think he had over 6 figures when he started this channel. I mean, by the end, I think he was barely 20, 30. Like
Mhm.
he got just annihilated. He kept doing these weak he was selling puts on the most high beta degenerate garbage that he could find to generate more premium. Like this is like Khmer high yield warrior type degeneracy. It literally was. He was just seeking maximum premium
Yep.
with no other thought. All he was like, whatever pays more premium is what I'm going to do. Like I remember he was selling contracts on Spirit when everyone knew that they could declare bankruptcy any day. I don't think he knew that though. I don't think he knew anything other than just whatever generated most premium. Then there was Gabe. I don't even know if Gabe has a channel anymore.
Yeah.
Not
been a long time since
not
I've-
our Gabe, a different
Yeah.
Gabe,
Yep.
a psychotic veteran Gabe. But
Mhm.
and I think what happened, I'd love to get. I didn't have time to get into this with Russ, but I think like these guys, some of these people were starting to sell puts and calls and all this premium farming. And if you did it at the right time from 2020 till like November 21, the market just went up the entire time. So basically selling puts was free money in that period because the market just continually was rising. So yeah, and if they were doing Tesla, which a lot of them I think were doing, you had a great time. You were just collecting premium the whole time. You thought it was easy. And it's like, well, the market came back and bit a lot of these people doing this stuff. So yeah, where's the poll? Okay, the poll.
Yep.
Here, yeah. Should I do a SCHD Reconstitution video, which I'm technically not doing a video. It's like just part of a live stream. Yes. No, leave our cult alone. Your name is Dex. Which
Apparently we have more
interesting.
Dexes.
Apparently, like there's more than one Dex. Apparently, this is interesting. So the Dex option got more than
Yeah. Yeah, there are more Dexes than cultists, apparently.
Dex. Who else is voting for the third option? So the people demanded
Yep.
this. Okay, we can go through this really fast. I don't own a SCHD, so we'll go right to holdings. Okay, deletions. So there were there were less deletions than additions because some of the 100 last year were acquired, I think. So they ended the year with less than 100 actually. All right. Pfizer, any comments?
Not my area of expertise, so I got
Deletion.
nothing from. Yeah.
Okay. So I don't even want to get into this. Like, I'll just show. I have a video on Pfizer. Okay. I don't remember the particulars of the company. Okay, this one. So I did this video. Pfizer 2022 to 23, stock cut in half. What happened? So anyone go watch this. Basically, like the long story short, Pfizer took their war chest from COVID. It was like $32 billion of that. That was when it was all said and done. COVID vaccines, we beat the virus, whatever you want to say. They ended up with $32 billion. So I did that video. I was like, okay, everyone's like, dividends are stupid. I'm like, let's look at the other options that a company can do other than pay a dividend. And I went through, okay, here's what Pfizer did. And I, at the time, was like, this is really bad. Like, I think they made mistakes. They bought a company, one of the companies that was on that thumbnail. They bought the company at a higher or equal market cap as the entire world value of the virus that like medication was used for. Does that make any sense?
No.
It makes no fucking sense. Like the market for that drug was smaller than the buy price of it. It was just like throwing money away. And that drug, they discontinued it. So it was a complete and utter failure. It's a zero. It's literally a zero. So it was a good example of people saying dividends are stupid. It's like, okay, well, a dividend would have been in your pocket. They literally just burned, like it was like $8 billion acquisition. They burned the money. It's gone. There's no value to shareholders. So yeah, there are way worse things than a dividend and companies that make stupid mergers or M&A activity. Yep. Pfizer's notoriously bad at M&A. They're terrible at it. They don't buy shares back normally. They just dilute slowly over time. Their management is not shareholder friendly. I've never thought it. So I don't think anyone should have Pfizer unless you're like S&P 500. Then you're screwed. So BlackRock, kind of an interesting. I'm wondering if BlackRock went on a tear last year, the stock.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Okay.
Yeah, if I recall quickly, it was at least.
I mean, okay, so it performed well. So maybe this might have just been a casualty of the stock did well and that pushed the yield down, which is part of what happens when you own something like this.
Yep.
You live and die by that. M&T Bank, I have nothing to say.
Bancorp.
Tapestry. Oh my God.
Good old Tapestry.
They were They got wrecked, right, by the failed acquisition. Oh no, they did.
No, they recovered
Oh,
because
they were the other
yeah,
side of it. Okay.
yeah. They were the ones acquiring. No, wait, shoot, I forget which side Capri was.
Yeah, I can't remember which side of this
Yeah,
were they the top or bottom of this
yeah.
acquisition that didn't go through?
But point
So
is, yeah,
another
like,
casualty of doing well. Okay,
mhm, yeah,
62%.
yep,
So that's the big thing with SCHD is it doesn't let winners run. If you do really well, you're out basically because your dividend payments go down
yep.
unless you're increasing the dividend like crazy. So casualty of that doing well. I know Dick's did well.
Mhm.
Um, H&R Block, Bank of Hawaii, surprisingly recovered. I thought this thing must have been a dumpster fire, and that's why it got booted because of the fires in Hawaii. It did get clipped at that point, but it did recover a bit. And Leggett & Platt's a dumpster fire. I don't think
Yeah.
anyone was surprised by that. So I don't have anything to say about Cracker Barrel. So like from what it seems, actually, a lot of the casualties this year are actually companies that did pretty well, actually.
Mhm.
So that's a positive of SCHD. So good picks. Yield went down a bit. Their dividend growth rate has slumped a bit since like 2020, 21. So I mean, still 7-8% is pretty respectable. Where's the additions? Oh,
I
did
think
I
it was
skip them?
back up. Yeah, I think it was.
Deletions. Okay. Is this the
Yep,
additions? Okay.
yeah, yep.
20 additions because, like we said, some of them got booted.
Mhm.
So we've got ConocoPhillips.
Yep.
Okay. I think that's not a bad in
Mhm.
the Trump environment. I think energy is not terrible. Merck. This is my biggest thing I noticed though. They're very heavy
Sure.
pharma
Yeah. Oh
now.
yeah.
So in the top 10 holdings, I think you have AbbVie, you have what was the other one? I'd have to go look. But I think you have like all the Bristol Myers,
Mhm.
Merck, AbbVie, like all the big pharma companies are in the top 10 holdings this year. It's like 15% of SCHD is big pharma. I think that I'd be a little worried,
Yeah.
especially some of the comments Trump has made about healthcare, the PBMs going away, pharma savings for Medicaid. And then today he mentioned tariffs on pharmaceuticals outside of the US. So I think that might bite them a bit. That's what stood out. A lot of pharma exposure.
Yep.
Other
Yeah.
than
Bristol
that,
Myers, Amgen, AbbVie.
Signet, interesting.
Mhm.
This is, do you know what they built? Do you know what they do?
Uh, if I recall correctly, they're something to do with jewelry, but I can't
Yes.
remember the exact details.
Fake diamonds.
Ah, yeah, good old.
I'm 99% sure, unless someone tells you I'm wrong. But
Yeah.
yeah, so fake diamonds, which is like the most discretionary of discretionary things to be
Mm.
in. So that's an interesting pick. But it's like 0.10%, so whatever. I mean,
Yeah.
it's who's going to debate that? And then you got some regional banks that are coming in.
Mhm.
This is what happens. This is why SCHD is like 80 like blue ribbon blue chip dividend stocks, and then it's like 20 regional banks, and the regional banks come and go and they pump up the yield. So I guess that's the magic of SCHD. You have one specific industry that's supposed to be kind of stable, although regional bank crisis not so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So for all your here's SCHD Stan put this list. So for all your SCHD needs, you can follow SCHD Stan on Twitter. I think he's done like 500 posts in the last week. So get your heart filled with SCHD content.
Like nothing, nothing, nothing. All right, let's go. All,
I don't know
all the
I don't
posts.
really have anything else to say about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. DLN.
That's it.
Someone commented waffles, I think. It's like, well, DLN, which is Wisdom Tree's
Oh yeah.
dividend battleship, like, oh, it's a 0.3 expense ratio, whereas SHG's 0.03. It's like context is important. Like, first of all, DLN has vastly outperformed SCHD the last 3 years because it's got more tech exposure. So it's not a mystery, but I think it's got a better methodology that doesn't rely on regional banks. It has more holdings, like 300, not 100. It has a dividend market cap weighted proprietary formula that Wisdom Tree uses. It's monthly paying, which I kind of like for retirement. So, and like, if we think about it, like, that sounds like a big difference in expense ratio, 0.3 to 0.03.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's the difference between 300 and 30 for every $100,000 you have. It's not that big of a, it's not something to really be that concerned with.
If you find the methodology is that much more important value add, it really, if it's a mistake, it's not a mistake that should be smacked over the head with a 2x4. And if it isn't a mistake, then you should still be happy.
Like, I give it to the SCHD people and almost just like not even dividend people, because we have to be specific now. There's high yield people and these other premium farming people. So it's like there's like everyone's got their crew, but the SCHD people are committed. They stay in the market, right? They stay in the market. They don't freaking panic sell. They buy more on dips. They stay motivated by the dividend payments to keep investing in the markets, right? And they see a tangible reward for their investing. Their dividend payments go up, which keeps them motivated to keep investing. So people just look at like the ETFs themselves, but it's like, okay, but it's not an ETF, it's a person, right? Like, are you inspired to keep buying, right? And they are. Well, meanwhile, like, someone buying QQQ hasn't had a good year. Did they keep buying the dip, or were they so scared that it might keep dipping that they stopped? And those are the people that you could have damage long term, or they sell out. So.
Oh yeah.
See, SCHD without tobacco companies would be a negative return. Salacious. Surprise Dine Brands owner of IHOP Applebee's isn't on the P. I didn't even know that was a stock.
Yeah, maybe there might be a micro market cap component.
Yeah,
again, I don't not a huge follower.
I have a video. There's like 5 criteria. But no, you're right. They have to be bigger companies to be on there.
Yeah, so that could be a component.
All right, Nike. This is.
Oh yeah. Oof.
Do we have a more? I don't think I have a. I don't know why. Like a hate stock I love. I used to love to talk about SoFi. So I don't know. I love to hate talk about Nike. It's just my thing. Okay. Like, Jesus Christ.
Bad.
Bad beyond bad. I mean, even beyond my dreams bad. I mean, wow. I think, I'll just say this to people watching. I think you're stupid and retarded if you buy this. Just to tell you, I've had this opinion for a while now, like 6 months. You're insane to buy Nike. And they all think, well, I'm the guy that's going to buy it and it's going to turn around and make money. I heard, it's funny because the people that are telling you it's a buy, they have the same arguments when it was 100, when it was 80, when it was 70. Now we're pushing down to 60. They say the same thing. They don't ever change like their analysis on the company. It's always the same shit they talk about. The brand, right? The new CEO is a Nike guy. He'll turn it around. They'll recover. Inventory will get fixed. They'll figure it out. It's like the same garbage they keep saying in the stock, just the dip keeps dipping. And while they keep saying all this nonsense, and they have no understanding of how Nike got in trouble, because I have not heard any of these Nike bulls describe how they got in this problem, their conundrum. What happened? They made specific choices that have haunted this company. This wasn't just macro events kicking their ass. Like, this company made very, very damaging decisions to their business. And they're still paying for it. And I don't know if they'll ever recover. So you got these Nike bros. They look at where the PE ratio used to be. They look at a 5-year chart and they go, oh, this is an easy buy. It'll just go back there. It's the same people that bought PayPal, basically. Some of them made money, but I think most of them didn't. So like everything, like it's just down. I mean, revenues down. This is like, see, they don't, if they don't understand how Nike got here, they won't understand this part is just, let me zoom in. Like Nike's whole business model, when they came, when they started having like sales problems and they wanted to spur, right? You either, like, you got to do something, right? Their sales were lagging. So they're like, all right, let's switch to a direct model. Let's switch to a direct model so that we can maximize profits. So that was their goal. They're like, we're going to switch to a direct sales model. We're going to sell right from our website, and then we control the costs, and we don't have to share with Foot Locker, Dick's, whoever else sells our shoes. I mean, so this is the future of Nike. Nike direct sales down 12%. Like, holy crap. Like, this is terrible. And we'll get to why it's even more egregious, like compared to their competitors. This is really bad. This is the future of the company. I don't think people need to understand, like, they still want to do this. They've only they got their ass beat so bad. They had to go back with their, on their knees, begging the wholesalers and the stores that they used to do business with to take them back. But this is still what they want to do long-term, control their own product. And it's getting killed. Their sales last quarter we looked at, I didn't look at the specific breakdown by regions yet, but China sales were terrible.
Oh, yeah.
Terrible. The only region that they actually had decent growth was the Middle East, that from last quarter. So yeah, North America down, China down. Yeah. So like even the narrative, people would say, oh, well, I still hear people say this now when they talk about Nike. Oh, well, their future is international. It's not America. So even though they're losing, sales in America, it's all right because they got international growth. Like they don't really have international growth anymore. Mm-hmm. That's not true. It's down like everywhere. So you got their futures screwed. Like everything's just crushed. Gross margins now are decreasing on top of the sales issues. So, all right, we got to keep going.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Because a lot of the people in chat have certainly indicated other things that we will definitely talk about here.
So, like, okay, here's shoe sales. Yep. So here, let's look at it a different way. This is a shoe company, people. A shoe company. I don't care about apparel. Nike's a shoe company. All right. Apparel's just icing on the cake. At this
still
point.
Doesn't help their argument.
I mean, it's a silly argument to call it's not an apparel company. Like Lululemon's an apparel company. Okay. Yeah. Calm down. So let's look at footwear. Like, look at the destruction. Mm-hmm. And there's people that bought this within the last year. Look at this utter destruction of their shoe business. Crazy. Like just bludgeoned. 5, 9, 6% decrease in quarter on quarter. And then look at the year on year change, double digit.
Oh yeah.
Their shoe business is shrinking. But it's not like we're in a recession, and it's not like all shoe sales are down, which is not true. Mm-hmm. Shoe sales are growing still. Like it's slow in North America, but they're still growing like 2-3% per year. Like here's another way to look at it. It's just destruction of their shoe business. Okay? Like I think you understand even the equipment, which isn't really that much.
Even
it doesn't matter.
Smaller than apparel.
Okay, let's look at Decker's comments. Okay. Mm-hmm. This is like a highlight of their quarter. Q3, so this was January, okay? End of January. Q3 performance, revenue growth of 17%.
Year on
Last
year.
I checked, 17% growth beats like 12% loss. Okay? So this isn't like the shoe business is declining for everybody. That's not the story. Okay, it's right in your face. Oh, yeah. This company is taking market share from Nike because they're double-digit growth still while Nike's falling apart. And this was the same crap we talked about like last quarter and the quarter before it. Yeah. I can't understand people that say Nike's a buy right now. I don't understand. You're just trying to catch a falling knife. Maybe you're the one that catches it at the very bottom. But these, like we said, 100, 90, 80, 70. Okay. They've been trying to catch the knife the whole time. Okay. Hoka revenue climbed 24%. Robust growth. Direct to consumer. What's great about these are newer shoe companies, Hoka and On. Mm-hmm. They were able to start with direct to customer. It's not a bolt-on business like Nike. Nike was a was in the
Traditional.
stores, and then they bolted on this direct business to try and replace it. But these companies started as direct businesses, and now they're expanding to the stores. When Nike pulled out of the stores, perfect storm. So you've got double-digit growth. These got clapped, I think, partially because all these companies got destroyed this year because of just concerns about retail. But so nobody really got out of it safely. But this is where you can look at, okay, if all the shoe businesses got destroyed by the markets, okay, some of them got unfairly destroyed. So is there opportunity? I would argue there is opportunity with Decker, I think. So you got gross margin increase. So, Nike's like 40%. We're up to 60% gross margin. So you've got double-digit growth, slightly decreased rate of growth, but still very impressive growth. UGG, I think like they had inventory issues. But what's cool about Decker, it's not just one brand.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a basket of brands. So one can do well, maybe another one's kind of struggling a little bit. And they kind of can rotate. And the company can still come out like very impressive. I've never seen them have inventory issues as far as I know. So there's that. Okay, we'll go to, I don't want to show that. On Holdings. This was beginning of March. Let's look at another competitor. Okay, how are they doing? FY25 indicated slight slowing of momentum. Same thing Decker told us. So growth is slowing, but still double-digit impressive.
Yeah.
Okay,
it exists.
Right. Fourth quarter sales increased an impressive 35%, including, here's probably one of the show, 43% gain in direct-to-customer sales. Nike's direct-to-customer sales business is double-digit loss. And this is growing 4 times faster or 5 times faster than what Nike's direct sales is doing, because these started as direct sales companies because they're newer or younger, we should say. So like we go back to my beginning to make a long story short, I think you're dumb and retarded to buy Nike. Let's just be straight up. Your arguments make no sense. I've never heard an argument that makes sense other than you're trying to catch a falling knife at the bottom. So this doesn't work very often because you have no substance to your thesis. These people, the only thing they're like, there's a new CEO. He's going to fix it. He's a Nike guy. Okay. What's his plan? Because everything's still getting crushed. Their outlook is still not good. Big problems. I don't understand. There's so many more interesting. So you can buy. There's so many more interesting buys out there. Decker and Crocs are way cheaper of an evaluation level than Nike. Like, I don't understand. Crocs is at like single digit freaking multiple. Decker is at a lower multiple than Nike, and it's got double digit growth, right? Nike doesn't have any growth. There is contraction. Like, if you're gonna take your shot, like, okay, you tell me, people, because I can tell you what, if Nike falls on that teen survey that gets put out every year, because that's the big reason I think they still maintain a decent multiple, is people keep saying their brand recognition is a moat. Man, if they fall on that teen survey that comes every year, because they're always like number one for teens.
Yep.
If that thing went to like 5 one year, I think that breaks this narrative of the brand. Man, I mean, how far does it go? For like Jim's $40, I think that 40 would be something. Now I kind of would be interested because it's like, okay, there is something to the brand. I won't deny that.
But, yeah, it's not going
that
completely
thesis
away.
Could be broken, and then you're getting. If that thesis gets broken, there's no bottom to this stock, like that. I think, but their financials are decent. It's not like they're going bankrupt.
Yeah,
they don't have to take a lot of debt on or anything.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, and it's only the China tariffs. That's going to be a problem for them. So I think we've talked about Nike. Any call? Let's see. I think like they all got clapped. So is there opportunity? Let me go to the peers. Can you pull PE ratio from here? I don't think you can.
Might be able to, but
I never use this.
Sadly, I'm aware that they go like trailing, but I'm not sure about forward. And I think the argument for forward with
I don't think they show
on
forward.
with on and Deckers is far more legitimate.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you can look at let's look at year to date just the return. I mean, you can
Mhm.
see they all got clipped, right?
Oh yeah.
Down
Yeah.
13, down
Mhm.
40, down 15, down 17 for Burke. Is Crocs here?
Yep.
Crocs is breaking even. So they all got clipped. So maybe there's opportunity. Decker is in because Decker was at a rich valuation,
Mhm.
rocket ship growth, and then it's still growing. It's just it was a little bit of pullback on the growth momentum, and then it
Mhm.
got cut, the stock got cut in half, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
If a company goes from 30% to like 15-20% growth, you think you should get cut in half over that? The multiple at the time was a little crazy. So people can take your pick. I like Decker and Crocs. I think they're interesting. Well, we're always Crocs, man.
Mhm.
Don't ever ask me if I have Crocs because you can shut your door. Of course, we have Crocs. You have to show a Croc share when you join Capital Mindset. I don't know if people are aware of this.
Not true, but it's funny.
Dude, you have to produce proof that you've bought Crocs, and then we let you in. That's just how it works. You can borrow someone's share for the interview, and then you're fine.
Staking Croc shares. Let's
People
go.
don't know we used to do interviews
Oh
to let
yeah, yeah,
people
yeah.
in.
Yep. Yeah.
There was a
used to.
time where there was like 3 of us, and we interviewed everyone that came in the group.
Mhm.
And we had like, I don't know, me or somebody created, we had like 5 questions to ask them.
Yeah, yeah. It
I
was,
think I
a
wrote
basic
some of them.
interview.
Yeah, it was legitimate. Like I denied 2 people that didn't it was just an IQ test. Can you answer 5 questions without being like an asshole
Mhm.
or snark or something? That was all it was.
Yeah,
Um, but that time had to go though.
yeah.
The
But
problem with Nike,
certain people will be like, "Oh, I got you now."
I don't think we could do it anymore. I just don't have the time. The problem
Yeah.
with Nike is investors get blinded by the swoosh logo.
Mhm.
100%.
Yeah.
Underneath the surface, company lost limited mode had. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think a lot of investors think moats are forever.
Mhm.
And I covered this. Like, there is no set definition of moat. Moat was created by Morningstar after Warren Buffett mentioned it at a freaking one of his annual shareholder meetings.
Yeah.
Like, moat is not something that was created based on research of companies. It was a marketing tool for Warren Buffett. That's it. That's all moat is. And can it produce returns? Sure. But like, just you got to look at it through the lens of what moat represents. And it's not forever. Like, I don't think Adobe has a moat.
Yeah.
Maybe they had one in the past. We're not there though. It does not have a moat. The hell is XPay? No idea
I
what
do
XPay.
not know, but Misty is.
I haven't followed Misty this week. Oh, but we can talk. Can you pull up oh no, Fabio. Okay, I know where to find it. We'll bring it in a minute. Nike is below historical PE. Seems like an automatic buy. Mean reversion, people. like, how do you? These people that like DCF warriors, I like to make fun of. I like to make fun of everyone, but like, how can you have a DCF model of a company with shrinking? You can't do the DCF with negative numbers. It doesn't work. So even like we showed, like Paul was doing valuations of Nike with his software. So what'd you see though? He has to put positive numbers. You can't put
Mhm.
negative numbers. The math don't math. So he put like 1.3. Even if you go, I'll just put like 1.35% growth. It's like, okay,
Yeah, you screw up
they're
the
losing like
system.
7, 8, 12%
Yeah.
revenue. Okay, your model fails immediately. So like it's useless. There's a lot of companies you can't model like that way. You could probably model them in a different way. Maybe a dividend growth model actually would work for Nike because they do have a dividend. You could maybe model it that way. And those usually don't rely on growth necessarily. Numbers, free cash flow. Yeah, dividend. I hope Jeremy's right on this.
Yep.
His review of Nike was bad. Not as bad as Dividend Dude's coverage of Nike, but
Oh wow.
he
A
just said,
compliment.
I mean, I think Jeremy did when I covered his analysis. he did a little more of detail on Nike than other people I've seen, like the background. That wasn't saying much, but all the bulls, like they just completely whitewash how Nike got in such a bad spot. And it wasn't an accident. Dan can eat crow. What am I going to eat crow for? He bought Nike at like $100 a share, I think. Has he changed his cost basis yet? I'm sure Strongman will find it. Margin to buy SGov. Oh yeah, you can't lose. It's a winning strategy.
Margin?
Guys, don't forget, buy the 3X version SGov, right?
Yeah.
What's better than SGov? 3X SGov. It's easy to be snug when Nike's down. Gil, go look at my videos on Nike. Go look at the dates and go look at what it's done since my videos saying I don't like it. Go ahead. You think I'm just all of a sudden out of the blue making fun of Nike because it's down? I've made like 3 videos trashing Nike, and it just keeps going down since all my videos. So that's not true.
Yeah.
You ain't a G like me. What? That makes no sense.
He says he's made commentary about my haircut.
Have you heard, guys, your CPA credits? Well, I don't need CPA. I don't have my CPA license. Not sure if any emotes any issues. Too many companies. I'll give Nike like. I think their brand was a moat based on like you could see the team. It was the only brand that like always had that recognition in the surveys they did of customers. Everything else just would float up and down on those surveys, but Nike was always there.
Yeah,
which makes you wonder. It's kind of suspicious. Why was Nike always number one? I don't know how much they paying for the surveys. Oh, look, there's Russ.
Yep. Hello, Depper Dividends.
Hello, Russ. Remember Nike's ad spend equals on and Decker's annual revenue, but remember the Titanic will incentive and symbol. Very true.
Yep.
Very true. I don't know what the path for Nike is. I kind of thought they should really, because they try and be a sports shoe company. Like they really try hard with all the athletic deals. I wonder if their path is more to be like the sneaker company. Like my mall has like a sneaker store. It's like, it's kind of like a boutique. Like they have nice shelving, like nice solid wood shelving. They have like one shoe out and then it's like wrapped, right? So it's like, it's almost like an artistic piece, right? It's not just like what you think of like a mass shoe store, like a Dick's Sporting Goods. Like really dive into the sneaker culture. And then they could have done like customizable shoe options. I don't know. It's tough though, because they're not a small company, right? It's a mass production company. There's nothing easy for them growth wise. Boeing is a buy. Okay, we got to move on to Boeing, I guess.
Yep. On to the next.
I'm not shorting Nike. I don't think there would have been much juice in shorting Nike anyways. I mean, it went from what, like 80 to 66. Not really much of a short target.
He's being Gil.
He's being Gil.
Yeah.
Everyone is a fraud and nobody has any talent.
Gil is only right.
Only Gil
always right.
I don't know why he watches me, really.
No, I have no idea.
I don't know why. I hate watch people for 5 minutes and then I go away because I can't stand it. But okay, Boeing. See, I try and cover. I almost got into this with someone on Strongman's Discord. I've said this before. I don't see the point of buying large cap tech companies individually. I don't get it. You can buy the S&P. It's like, so what? Like all 7 of the big tech companies are in the top like 10. So like if you have any sort of ETF mutual fund holdings, you have all the exposure you need. I don't get it. Like I don't. And then like arguing between investing in Google or Microsoft or just forget. I don't know. I just don't understand what the big deal is. And I find it hard to believe there's a lot of alpha there. They're such large companies. There's so many analysts watching these companies. I find them really boring to look at anyways. But so Boeing.
Yep.
Fighter contract. It might have surprised some people. I'm not surprised by it. So I don't know about you, but
yeah, Like I knew that Lockheed wasn't getting this one.
Mhm.
I think the writing has been on the wall for that one for quite some time.
I had a feeling, like, before these contracts, I was like, "We're never doing." I've said this before
Mhm.
in the group chat. I don't think we'll ever do another joint fighter program. The F-35, I mean, if it, like, it produced an amazing plane. The
Mhm.
F-35 is an amazing piece of technology, but the process to build that thing was hell on earth. The idea of building a plane with multinational cooperation
Yeah.
and a plane that also would have different versions for like 4 different versions of it for different uses
Mhm.
on top of other nations needs. It was just, it sounded cool and sounded like a great idea, but it was just a disaster. And we've never done that before. What we've traditionally done is what we're going to go back to, I think. Every branch is probably going to have their own
Yep.
company to do their planes. So you can split. So not one company's controlling the entire air defense of America. Because like Northrop, you had McDonnell Douglas for a while,
Mhm.
Boeing. There was like 6 to 8 companies that built fighter planes for the United States, right? It wasn't
Yep.
always just Lockheed Martin. So I think I definitely was like, we're going back to that. And I think we're gonna. My prediction. So you've got Boeing got the air supremacy fighter. I think Northrop Grumman's probably going to get the Navy contract. Is my guess. Northrop Grumman will get that, and then I think I think between the Navy contract and the Joint Fighter Program, Northrop and Lockheed will split it one way or the other.
Mhm.
I would be shocked. I would be shocked if Boeing got the carrier or the Navy contract. But I mean, the F-18 is theirs, so you never know.
Yeah.
So
Oh
we're
yeah.
going back to the days when everyone had their own fighter. I don't know what the Marines are going to do. Honestly, they're so small; it's really
Mhm.
matter. They put so much effort into that freaking jump jet F-35 model. Oh,
Yep.
they probably should just keep that thing for 30 years. That thing's hell on earth to develop.
They fall under the Navy, so it's all good.
Yeah. So $20 billion initial contract. I think I highlighted it. 20 billion initially. I guess my understanding, it's going to be a different type of contract than previous, like the F-35. They're going to have different type of parameters, like more about like production goals. So 20 billion up to 50 is what I was reading for this contract. I mean, this is pretty sweet because if you look at, I mean, here's their defense space security business. So this is one quarter. Last quarter was what, 6.7 down to 5.4. So like you said, like 20-30 billion dollars revenue per year in their defense business, and they just got a $20 billion contract.
Mhm.
So that's awesome.
Oh yeah.
Stock definitely, and the stock
Moves
showed,
the
it
Yeah.
moved up like $10 on this news.
Yeah. And correctly so.
I mean, people for Boeing is a world-class military contractor. And I heard some people in the past say they should sell their military business. That's nonsense. That's fuck. If they didn't have the military business, I think they would have gone bankrupt on the 737 Max because
Oh.
this is a profitable business.
Yeah.
This is profitable.
Mhm.
This is keeping them afloat. If you took this away from them, like they're done. Like they're
Yeah.
done. So this is an important, and like we're talking about, people are debating moat about Nike. Like this is a moat.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
We're not even. This is a freaking moat. This is the definition of a moat. I don't care how much money you have. You could not make this company today.
Yeah.
Like to me, like that's kind of first parameter of a moat. Like if you had all the money in the world, could Elon Musk build a Boeing with the technology, the infrastructure across the country to build these planes? It'd be
Uh,
tough. It
yeah.
would take
It
a
would be
long time.
incredibly tough. Yeah.
The contracts and the relationships with the airlines.
Hmm.
So like that's stuff that's like moatish. Huntington Ingalls is the
Yeah.
definition. Now that's the definition of moat. Huntington
It's
Ingalls.
so ugly though with the
You are
management team.
not you
But
are
yeah.
not with environmental regulations building another freaking dry dock to build ships. It's just not
Yeah.
happening.
Yeah.
Unless we go to war, we're not making new shipyards in the United States to
Mhm.
build freaking massive battleships and destroyers. So we're at a point they can make 38 aircrafts per month.
Mhm.
Okay. So I guess I should parse the people. So I bought Boeing stock after the union got the union deal,
Mhm.
and I rode it from like 150 to 170. Um, I got scared. I don't even remember why. I got scared about some news I saw. So I bailed on it. So then it went up to like 180, then it came back to 170. And I'm like, you know what? Why did I stop? I'm like, stop overthinking it. So I just jumped back in about like 170. So the news is positive. I like the CEO, I think, is having a positive effect on the business. I've seen some Reddit posts about some of his internal communications, prioritizing, fixing their, the relationships with the union and production. Is it true? I don't know. Time will tell, like anything.
Yep.
But I have a good feeling. They've increased aircraft per month. They can do 38. So people like the FAA caps their production for now 38, but it can go up if they do the right things and they have safety. They meet their safety requirements. That production goes up. And oh, that's not the right one. Dang, I don't know where I put it. Oh, dang.
The backlog.
So this was last quarter. Backlog of 435 billion, over 5,500 planes, and I think it's gone up since then this year.
Almost certainly.
Now you look at like, okay, who's going to take production from them, right? Airbus is not increasing production.
Yeah, they've said repeatedly they have no interest. They're not able.
They're producing what they produce.
Yeah,
they're French. They don't care.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what to tell people. They don't give a shit. They're smoke the cigarette. You want more planes? Too damn
silly
bad.
American.
You silly duck. You'll wait in line. And then you've got like Embraer. They're not smaller planes.
Yeah.
Planes that get flipped over in the ice. That one Delta plane. So.
Yeah. Not the same. If they wanted to make a push, they probably would have done so already. Yeah. So
here we are. This can go up if they do the right things. Can you imagine if this cap got lifted completely?
Oh, it would be powerful. Like
we'd be in the 200s.
Yeah, like even when we were at our most pessimistic with Boeing pre new CEO, we all said like the world still needs Boeing. Like we need Boeing to be right, like shareholder perspective or investor perspective or no. Like
what everybody was bothered. Everyone was so goddamn concerned with Intel.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Intel has a moat. I really, I mean, they're fighting for their lives every day. Like their competitors are, better capitalized, are trying to rapidly expand and take over. That is like such a cutthroat business. It's like Boeing. This isn't a cutthroat business. It's Boeing and Airbus.
Yeah,
like this is not cutthroat. All right. So
definitely not the same.
All right, so let's listen to some comments from. Let me pull this up.
Yeah, landscape matters.
All right. This is FAA commissioner, and I went to the Boeing part.
In terms of improving their operations?
Well, yeah, it was a great trip. Had a chance while we were out there, Secretary Duffy and I, to meet with the Boeing leadership. We met with the machinists, the engineers, and more importantly, I got a chance to meet with our frontline inspectors, our boots on the ground, to really get a sense of how Boeing's going with respect to their safety and quality plan. I will say I'm encouraged that I believe they're on the right path at this moment. Obviously, we're going to need to see sustainable progress as it relates to the quality of the aircraft that they're producing. But I think it was a very productive trip, and we'll see how things go in the coming weeks and months.
Could you see lifting the cap on MAX production by the end of the year, maybe by the fourth quarter?
Well, I got to say, having a really close look at what's going on right now, I'm going to leave that up to Boeing. Right now, we're going to make sure that they're producing safe aircraft, each and every aircraft. We're going to sign off in each and every one of those aircraft. As for a production cap, it's really going to be how they are able to sustain a quality build each and every time.
Damn, almost got him. Nah, you knew he wasn't going to say it's not his call anyways, I don't
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
So back to yeah, so we shall see. They have okay, what are the negatives? They got a lot of debt,
Mhm.
right? They're still losing money. They have to acquire their fuselage spinoff that they're now going to pull back. Was it Spirit Aerospace
Oh
or
yeah,
whatever?
yeah, yep.
Because that originally was a Boeing business.
Mhm.
Boeing built them at that production facility, the fuselages. And what was it? It's in Kansas, whatever. It's in like the Midwest, middle of the country. And they put it there because then there was a railroad that could take it up to Seattle for final production. So they have to buy it back. They don't have the cash to buy it back. So they have to issue debt, dilution, something like that. They still need to do this acquisition. They just need to, they have to get a lot of the quality control issue, I think, came from that company and it was out of their hands. And safety is the number one. The thesis here is safety, that they've succeeded in quality controls. I'm not really concerned about margins yet. So it's just get planes off the ground safely, right? And a lot of the crassest people have high, oh, look, it's a Boeing again. It's like some of that's like that's not a design flaw, right?
Oh
Like,
yeah.
like a door ripping off a brand new plane. Oh, holy shit. But like a Boeing where the tire comes off, I'm like, is that really Boeing's fault? I mean, what's the maintenance on the damn tire?
Yeah.
I mean, or like that Delta plane that fell or hit the ground and like flipped over. Well, that pilot hit the ground really hard, like, and the plane flipped. I mean, that's not Boeing's fault. Okay, so I think we bored everyone to death with this. Travel demand,
Yeah.
other point.
Mhm.
Travel demand has not slowed down since the pandemic ended. People want to travel, right? So like everyone kind of has their own tool for travel. You can look at like engine repair companies, booking.com, which certain people have.
Oh yeah.
Really, the one would have been Royal Caribbean. And I kind of bite myself because I looked at it when it was like $35.
Oh.
And remember, it was like junk
Yeah.
bond rated. They're dead.
Yep.
And everyone's, oh, I wish I had bought it. It's like, yeah, but I was looking at it and the company,
Mhm.
we weren't even sure they would survive.
Yeah, it
We
was
were
hairy.
they still had the pandemic lockdowns. They couldn't have, if they could get a cruise ship out, it was like 50% capacity.
Yeah.
They had to retire ships before their planned retirement. They had to delay production on new ships. Junk bond rating came out on their debt. Like, but yeah, you got a 10x return on that because it could have been a zero.
Oh yeah. It was legitimately scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, to say not would be very, very silly.
and it's funny because you know who came out on top during that? Disney bought some of those ships that
Yep.
the contracts fell through that were in Europe being built during the pandemic. So there were a few ships where whoever was going to get them built pulled back, like Carnival or whatever.
Mhm.
Disney swooped in and got some of those ships at a discounted price.
Oh yeah.
The problem is it's a conglomerate. So if Disney Cruises was a separate business, you would have made a killing buying Disney when
Oh
they
yeah.
did that. But it's part of the monolith of Disney, so it kind of
Lost
it's
sense.
not an investable thesis.
Yeah.
It's sad because I knew that they did that. So travel's still going up. So if travel reversed, that could be, directly affect Boeing, no, but momentum and investors could see this and be soft-headed.
Yeah.
So there, I think I've said my spiel. All right, we got to give Citizen of the Year his Misty. This is MicroStrategy though; it's not Misty.
Yep.
Okay, I think Fabio posted this, right? Go back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So we've talked about my strategy.
Yes, because
Doing
it's now
preferred
strategy.
shares. They're doing preferred shares now, but they're not doing the convertible debt issuances that made a crap load of investors money. The convertible debt to shares, because as long as the stock went up, those convertible debt people were more than willing to keep signing those debt instruments. But now that I think they've tapped that market, so now they've switched to a preferred share raising. They're not slowing down because they can't. They have to keep momentum on this stock. They have to keep buying Bitcoin. for this to keep going. If they stop buying Bitcoin, this whole thing's going to collapse. So they have to keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. More people, more money. What is it shaped like? So now it's like, we asked, they have no operating cash flow. It's Bitcoin and a crappy, really small software business that doesn't even make money, I don't think. How are they paying a preferred share of, like, I think it was 8, 9, 10% on that? Well, here's an article Fabio posted. The company apparently intends to fund the dividend, not from operating cash flow, because they have no operating cash flow, like a normal company. Because as we know, preferred shares come out of operating cash flow because you have to pay them. You have no choice unless the company buys them back. But rather, by selling more stock or other dilutive securities.
You'll love to see it.
Get these people.
It's a sign of strength.
If you want to buy Bitcoin, buy Bitcoin. I've said this before. Like, if you buy MicroStrategy, like, or you do some other sort of ETF on Bitcoin, that just tells me you like trading options. You're actually an options trader. You're not a crypto person. This is insanity. I don't know how it ends. Like, I'm not shorting. I'm not going to short strategy. I don't think. I mean, the end is going to be spectacular.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. If I could bet on Michael Saylor fleeing the country before Trump ends his presidency, that's what I would like to do. Like, I don't want to short the stock. I just want to make a bet that he's not going to be in the United States in the next 3.5 years. Because I think at some point, like, the house of cards is coming down. It has to just keep getting bigger. Like, this is ridiculous. Like, I mean, just think of that. Like, this is like those crypto coins, right? You would stake the coin and they didn't pay you money. They just gave you more of the crypto. Because I had one of them during COVID. I forgot which one it was. It was paying me like 6%. So I would see like the little digits going up over time. It was kind of entertaining while I was at home. But that's exactly what this is. It's like they're paying you so they're going to pay you a dividend by selling more shares. Like, come on. Oh, whatever. It went up, so we're wrong. One topic left. Wait, any interesting comments? If you see an interesting comment, just stop me and tell me to pull it up. But
nothing right at this moment.
Okay.
Gotta sneeze.
Wait, let me see. I actually pulled up some home builder stuff. I don't know where it went. Oh, okay. I do have it. Hold on. I was thinking about making it a topic, but I didn't. Okay.
Yeah, we can.
I'll do that in a minute.
Yeah, I got time.
Girl, it will do well forever. Margin.
Yep.
Capital Mindset is a wise investor.
Yeah, it's, for those that don't know, We the Chimaira's face is there.
See. Oh, we already did that.
Yep.
I don't know what I'll have to look at what XPay is. It's probably some new ETF offering some garbage. Boeing and Airbus are Visa and MasterCard of the commercial airlines. It's a pretty good comparison, actually.
Yeah, I think
it is. It's basically that's it. It's two companies. It's a duopoly.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear about these Chinese manufacturers coming out. No, nobody in America or Europe's going to buy those planes. That's hard-hitting analysis. I try.
We do what we can.
Do what I can. I'm not going to show you my modeling software because honestly, I don't want you people to steal it. Yeah, thieves. You dirty thieves in the night. It's really just a modified version of the Dean evaluation stuff that he puts out for free, which I always find funny. People pay for valuation software. It's like that guy puts out like 35 DCFs and modeling valuations, and you can just take them and modify them. He usually tells you how to modify it too for different industries. Like, you don't have to pay for model software like everything money trash. Buying Misty is a great way to get exposure to Bitcoin at a premium. Yeah, but it's kind of a pyramid scheme, Russ. Risky behavior. Oh, there's Gil. Okay. I got sidetracked.
This topic.
Okay. You if you have an M&A topic also. Or
Oh no. Like, by and large, we can stick with this for the M&A topic. Just
This is fucking insane. Like, this is insane. James Hardy buying Azek, which, okay, Hardy board is, so they do like siding. So they wanted to get into like another facet of like supplying decking, right? I guess, which it caught my eye because these companies are like the same size. When I read this news, I'm like, aren't they both like the same, like 10-ish billion dollar companies? So I look up, so they're both give or take like $9 billion companies. I mean, we can look. So you got James Hardy buying. They are market cap 10.3.
Yep.
And they are buying Azek. 7 market cap. Now keep that in mind though. So the buy price though is 8 over 8,
Yep.
but yet the market cap is 7. So this is telling you something. The market prices in the odds of the acquisition going through.
Mm-hmm.
So the acquisition price is 8.8. They're trading at 7. So warning flags should be going off with people. There's a lot of premium here. That should tell you what the market thinks of this deal. Well, why do they think that? Okay. So do you really think, how do you think a $10 billion company is going to raise $8.7 billion? Just logically think about it.
Yeah.
They don't have some massive war chest of cash. So I looked into it a bit. So like the press releases were like they were going to contribute somewhere like 300 million in cash and securities. The rest of it's going to be like share dilution. So Hardy is going to share dilute their freaking investors into the fifth dimension, basically, if this goes through. This is crazy. And what do you, if anybody's watching, you want to take a wild guess what happened to James Hardy stock on this news? Let's take a wild guess. What did you think would happen? So
it's like the market's pricing in the dilution.
I love this stuff. So like the board of, or the CEO, whoever thought of this plan, just committed like, we'll see. Well, I don't know if they'll survive this, because if this deal doesn't go, I don't know how the CEO doesn't get fired. Like, there's got to be some really pissed off people in this. Like, that is crazy sell off on this news. I don't think I've ever recalled seeing because I think it dropped. It was at least 15%. So you were at almost 30, and then it dropped to 23. Like, that's a bloodbath on acquisition news, because everyone could read what I read and be like, oh my God.
What are you doing?
Like, so we'll see what happens. I'm really curious. So like last year, a similar thing would have been like the Tapestry. Who was it? Tapestry and who else?
Capri Holdings, or Capri, however you pronounce it.
They weren't that different in size.
No.
I don't think. So it was similar to this. I think that one shocked everyone too, because it, I can look at the numbers. I'm like, how the hell is James Hardy buying this? I don't understand. Like, oh, like this is glorious, and this is right in my type of space. So Azek went up, but not as much as you think, because I think there's very big doubts that this can go through. Plus, it has to get approval because James Hardy's an Australian company. So now you got international acquisitions. So there's a lot of hurdles this is going to have to go through, and a lot of share dilution. Oh, Jesus. Got her on. Have a good day, Russ.
Yep. Have a good one. Thank you
See
for
you
stopping
later.
by.
Let's see. Cliff or bad, Dan? Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
I used to draw figures when I would see this. I would draw stick figures jumping off to their doom. It's a good example of it right here. It's not the you wanted vertical lines. You got the wrong way.
Yes.
So what you were gonna say? Any examples of M&A you were looking at, or?
The other one is QXO. Good old Brad Jacobs seems to have
your namesake
maybe gotten through. Yeah, yeah. The jokes will never die.
No.
Yeah. It seems like Beacon Roofing Supply.
Beacons are lit.
Has agreed to that. So
Yeah, I
don't-
was following this one too, and it's like
Mhm.
they really. I'm stunned it went through.
Yeah.
Well, we don't know it went through. Enough
But-
shareholders have to agree to this still, but I'm. I don't know. I don't think this. I think this stinks. Like if I owned Beacon Roofing, I don't know. I would vote no.
Really?
Like I just I hate this stuff. Like
Yeah.
and it's an all cash offer at least, so they're not
Mhm.
getting
Yeah.
like they're not getting what we went through with
Frightened.
Triton,
Yeah, that was a
where they
shame.
offered us freaking shares. Fuck
Yep.
that.
Mhm.
So at least they're getting cash from what I understand. Yeah, in cash. But they went at them. This was almost a hostile takeover.
Yeah.
It was I thought it was going that direction
Mhm.
because they went to the board. The board said no. Then I thought they were going to they made like an appeal to shareholders, but it wasn't like it wasn't a hostile takeover appeal to shareholders. It was close.
Yeah.
Then they went, I guess, back to the board, offered a little more money, and then it got agreed to. So, I mean, I thought Beacon was interesting. Had an interesting growth story. They had like some automated roofing robot business, like that was kind of on the side. That was kind of interesting. But yeah, this one was a weird one because
Mhm.
it's always odd when a company just goes after another company like this.
Yeah.
Like this aggressively. I don't know.
It'll
I would
be-
love to be in the boardrooms when these meetings go on.
Oh, same.
So I love hostile takeovers. Like that's not what this is
Mhm.
necessarily.
But yeah, if you could be like fly.
We don't know what they said. Maybe it was.
Mhm.
They made an offer they couldn't refuse. So I don't know. Apparently, I don't really know much about this QXO. I understand. Someone told me a little bit. Like the guy that's running it, he was successful in a trucking business, I think, and he's trying to.
XPO.
So he's trying to now make this company that into like a logistics. I don't know, like logistics business, like multifaceted. I don't know what I don't know exactly what he's going for. It's not really my cup. I want something I can understand. Singular business focus. This isn't really my thing. So
Yeah, same. But something for people to view.
Interesting. Their market cap is pretty small too.
Yep.
But they probably have they must have like private PE money or something. So I bet this would be. This is probably something I wouldn't even want to get into looking at. It's just if I can read the first 5 pages and be like, I don't want to get into this. So I can buy a tractor company or somebody that builds planes. I can follow that.
Mhm. Yeah, because it's. I just mentioned this one more so for one part, like by itself, probably something for nerds like myself to like just view out of curiosity.
Mhm.
Story's still developing. The other one also is what are your thoughts? You think M&A is definitely back? Are we back in full swing?
I mean, by statistics, it's really not that much. It hasn't increased.
Mhm.
Like some people might have thought.
Yeah.
It was going to increase when Trump came in, but it's not really come to fruition yet. I think a lot of companies are so terrified of like this retaliation and tariff environment. How's Ukraine going to end? They probably just are kind of nervous about doing some big outlay. But it hasn't increased. I thought it would increase. So we haven't seen it yet. So yeah. I mean, I still to this day, I can't believe Microsoft bought Activision.
Oh yeah, how that one got through.
It
and
blows
some of the
my
others-
mind that was allowed.
Yeah.
I get like the people that would say, well, Activision and Microsoft by themselves aren't even like the biggest gaming companies in the world, right? You got Tencent, you got Sony.
Mhm.
Okay,
But
I get it, but it's like Jesus Christ, like
yeah.
so now it's like they've got the video game system. They have Activision, which has like an online store and video games. They've got Bethesda. It's
Mhm.
like it's a lot, but I get their points. It's even with all that combined, Microsoft still is not like the top video game company in the world. So blows my mind that got through.
No,
Just
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
unbelievable.
Yeah.
Or
To
I'm
me
not-
though, it was just an interesting time.
So home sales.
Oh yeah.
Someone mentioned it.
Mm-hmm.
They did rise.
Yep.
4.2% seasonally adjusted. There's always this hope that Trump is pushing rates, as he's trying his damnedest to push rates down. Like he's pretty focused on that point. He's made comments about what the Fed should do. Like a lot of their policies of cutting costs in the government, you would think less outlays in the government would maybe help with inflation, and then it could like push us to lower rates, right?
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of this though is like kind of wishful thinking right now. In
Yeah.
hope, it's hopium.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, and I still have my home investments, so hopium is still there. But you do have a rise, and
yeah,
we will see.
Single family home in the U.S. market.
The pure play is like the home builders
Mhm.
on a home thesis. You know, how like the home builders. I don't particularly like the home builders, so
Yeah.
I don't know. But I mean, positive signs.
Oh yeah.
There was a chart here. I mean, rates are still, man, 6 point. It's fucking nuts. My mortgage is 3. Like I feel
Eat your heart out.
I do feel honestly like I'm grateful to have a 3% rate, but I do feel like trapped. Because it's like, okay, say I want to downsize. Like maybe I just want a smaller house. Like
Yeah.
I don't want this house anymore. I want something like half as big. I mean, I'll pay the same amount. Like unless I can buy it in cash. Yeah, if I take over double the interest rate, even if it's like $200,000 smaller house, I'm going to pay the same.
Yep.
So, and there has been a disparity. I think I showed on some live stream. They're started to develop this gap between pricing of like starter houses and like what would you consider like someone's second house, like the more permanent house.
Mm-hmm.
They're started developing this gap, and that there's never this price difference. They usually go together. So they started to develop this gap because people were like getting stuck in their starter houses, and then they don't move up. So then the next people who want a starter house, they don't get a shot at it. So like my first house, it's on its 4th owner now, right? In 10 years, 10 or 12 years, it's on its 4th owner. It's a starter house. It was like 700 square foot house. So I lived in it for like 5 years. The next guy, I think 4 years. The next guy after that was like 3. But if you can't cap, like that's an important part of homes, right? To get in.
Yeah.
We're not all like the HD TV people that are like, I sell fruit and my budget's $1 million. Those freaking house hunter shows.
Oh yeah. Those stories are wacky.
I'm an elementary school teacher. And then the guy's like, I'm a part-time basketball coach. And then they're like, we have a budget of $1.4 million. You're like,
wow.
I can do math. How the fuck? What? I sell bananas on the side of the road. Oh my God. Yeah. So we can have hope. I don't know. How is Toll Brothers in Lennar? Okay, we'll check. Oh boy.
Yep.
Man, I tell you what. I know I say I don't like the home builders, but Jesus.
Tempting.
It is. I might think about this. I didn't buy Master Brands on the dip.
Mm.
I did buy Aeon on the dip. I did not buy Master Brands. Holy crap.
Yep.
Man, you know, I'm gonna think about this.
Yeah, for me, like my thing would be like just segment breakdown. I would probably lean towards single family because it seems like the data is like multifamily. US has really gotten smacked, but
Yeah, Fabio
could be
showed
wrong.
us that
Yeah.
multifamily is not doing well. It got overbuilt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And a lot of those multifamilies are REITs, first of all,
Mhm.
which I don't think I've looked at a few of those apartment REITs. I
Yeah,
don't
it's-
think they're appealing businesses.
no thanks.
You've got high maintenance costs, turnover.
Mm,
It's just not something I'm that interested in getting in.
yeah.
Man, some bombs in this segment. What the hell is this one? BLD? That was BLD. Oh, okay.
Top build.
Got it. Well, I mean, there's home builder ETFs, so you don't have to pick one.
Yeah, that is true.
There are
That
home
is fair.
builder ETFs. Although I bet you, because there's not that many of these companies, there's probably like 10 of these companies. So if you do an ETF, the problem is it might have 20 or 30, and then they're going to like pull in random things that don't make sense just to fill out a full ETF. So that's kind of the bummer sometimes of when you have like a thesis like this. It's like,
Yeah.
you really can't. There's not. It sounds great to, oh, just buy a basket of all of them, but it's like, is there really a product
Yep.
that actually does that?
Yeah.
Maybe not. Because you might have a home builder ETF and it have like like hardware company in it too, or some like builders first source. That's the other one. This is the pure supplier play. I mean, if we get positive movement in home building, this thing's gonna go. It'll rip to like 190 before you even know it.
Oh yeah.
I thought it was a good. I buying it at 130, and then it kind of coasted up to like 140. And then as soon as I saw the tariff news about lumber and timbers, I'm like, I'm out. I'm like, I told you I'm gonna get out right now. Because this company is very exposed to like lumber prices.
Oh yeah.
So, I don't know if we get a resolution, but I mean, you can see like if we get a resolution on the Canadian tariff dilemma, maybe that gets better, that relationship. Like if the conservative guy comes in this fall, maybe he has a better relationship with Trump, eases off the tariffs, house interest rates do go down like Trump's trying. Maybe this becomes a more interesting investment. But a lot of their products are commoditized, so it's like they don't have defensibility in some of their products. Like 2x4 is what it is. I mean, you could buy it at scale, probably save some money, but I don't know. Actually, the home. I didn't realize they got that not like just destroyed. Lennar and Toll Brothers and stuff. I want to think about it. I haven't really looked at them that deeply. I've always liked the suppliers, but of course, you never. If we go into recession, you have to think about that too. Like,
yeah.
I'd want pretty good margins of safety, I think.
Yeah.
Do you like Mortimer as a baby name? Mortimer. It's not my favorite.
Could do worse. It's just
It's a lot of syllables.
Yeah, like, and kids can be vicious, so they'd be like, "Oh, Morty."
Mort. No.
Yeah.
I'll pass on that. I did
It's
name
not a
one
bad
of my,
name.
No. I name both my kids are 2-syllable names. Yeah. Bacon. Put way too much thinking into that.
Well, I mean, I'm just like, would you
Wait, you give us a thought-provoking question and then you criticize us for thought-provoking.
or putting in thought? No, it's just more so like I realize that kids can be, again, vicious.
One of my best friend's last name's Mort, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
like,
when I see Mort, I think of it's his last name. It's not his first name. So, I can analyze it with AI. I don't even know what that does. I haven't even tried it.
Yeah. Like, did we want to throw it back to Johnny Cash with like Boy Named Sue?
Oh my god,
great song.
They do some. They have AI analysis summaries of some of the stocks in here, like the bigger ones, but yeah, auto tariffs. It's so new. It's like I can't talk about it. Maybe next week.
Yeah,
it just came out like 3 hours ago, but market's going to get crushed tomorrow. I don't see how it doesn't open. This is going to be bad. Like well, first of all, what's the order mean? Like made in the US. Okay. Like what does that mean? Yeah. Because what if you have a car that has parts from Mexico and Canada and it gets assembled in like Kentucky?
Yeah, because some of the
Hondas,
stuff,
they ship the parts from Honda from Japan. They ship them to the United States, and then they have plants in like South Carolina, I think, and Tennessee. So does Toyota. Is that American made? Like, what's the definition of American made? If that's what his executive order means.
Yeah.
So this is going to be, what the hell does that order mean? I mean, we can obviously like if you put a car on a boat and sail the boat to America, okay, that's a foreign made car. Those, I mean, that's more obvious. But as far as I know, a lot of the cars that are foreign, the parts come in from multiple places, and then a lot of them get assembled in the US now. That is
Mhm.
true. Oof, this is going to be, you know, what my prediction is on this.
Oh, what is it?
Stellantis is going to go bankrupt again.
Oh no, Stellantis, no.
Again, people. Okay,
Yeah,
this is not a shock of the century.
yeah.
That Chrysler has a long history of being a failed business. This is not new, but they're trying to sell Jeeps for like $100,000. It's fucking absurd. They're terribly made vehicles. So I don't know. This is my prediction. I think they're going to go BK again.
I think that like one of the better predictions that we definitely got was earlier on in this year was just more of a like, hey, be flexible, viewers.
I'm 50% cash.
Yeah,
I don't know what to tell people. Like a lot of my retirement is cash and well, cash securities. Like, let's be clear.
yeah. For me, I've indulged in a really dumb and bad habit, which is limping into positions.
I went in Wednesday and then the order got executed Thursday, the 20th. I feel good. So the market has to do, so I'm going to get like 6.5% interest. So from today, the market's got to do like 16, 17% for me to say that I made the wrong decision from today. It's kind of was my calculation back in February. I thought it got ahead of itself. I mean, it had a good run on the enthusiasm of him coming in.
Yep.
Well, we'll see.
Still plenty of time. There's so much time left in this.
I
year
might be
as well.
50% cash the whole Trump presidency. I like
Could happen.
like do people think he's going to get calmer and stop saying crazy shit and stop signing executive orders all the time?
Yeah.
Why does he care? He doesn't have to run for president again.
Mhm.
He's just going to be dictator for the rest of his life. So he'll be all right, people.
Yeah.
Oh my God. South Carolina has like 3 factories. Yeah, a lot of these, if you look at like the Japanese companies, man, they're all like Kentucky, Tennessee, the Carolinas.
Yep.
I think part of it was because there's a lot of infrastructure for railroads. A lot of the railroads go through that area and cheap labor.
Yeah.
And it's not unionized, most of them,
Mhm.
because you notice like they picked areas. They wanted areas with train logistics, and
Yep.
they probably looked at sentiment towards unions. So they found areas that are anti-union sentiment by the public. It's not an accident to build factories in like Tennessee and Alabama. It's like, it was very intentional. But you know, the UAW doesn't have a monopoly. They have to go in and do the groundwork and convince the people there that they should unionize. So, you know, the unions don't get a free lunch. They have to go work for those people. Dan, I'm not sure what he wants. He just said Dan. Turns Stellantis into a monthly dividend payer.
Sadly, with what inflows.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Lee Iacocca was the most innovative auto CEO after Henry Ford. They had their shining moment. Yeah, Chrysler did. But
Oh yeah, but
it's just, I mean, God,
snippet.
in the 90s, Chryslers were such garbage. Like they just garbage cars. Like my friends that had Chrysler cars, they just were garbage. They barely worked. They rattled. Like not good cars. So I think that's it. I don't have anything else to say.
Yeah, lots of ground got covered.
I mean, I feel pretty good about Huntington Ingalls. We're doing well. I got in at like 180, and here we are 206.
Such a
So
weird
we're at like a
company.
20% gain on that. I mean,
Yeah.
chips. You know, people. I almost feel like it's my duty to not. Everybody on the internet's like a tech investor. Like every YouTuber is a tech investor. It's just like, well, I get it. It's technology. You're on YouTube.
Yeah, it's cool.
Video
It's,
editing software. So it's going to be a propensity towards people that are tech savvy. I get it. But it's just like, it's just such a, I see like so many portfolios and it's like, Jesus Christ, you're like 70% tech. And now you want to buy Adobe. And it's like, okay, how much more? Like you're a tech investor. But I know they don't realize it, some of them, but So I try and give some other ideas.
Yeah.
But if you have like SCHD or SPY, you're a tech investor there. That's my kind of my point. Like there's so
Yeah.
much tech in the S&P 500. We go Boeing's in the S&P 500, what, like 0.4% or some shit? Like, get the hell out of here. So I love ANET crowd. ANET terrifies me.
Oh, really? Not a believer.
I get Jesse's. I believe, like, I mean, Jesse's cautious too about it.
Mm-hmm.
Like that company has cut. That is like the tip of the spear if certain things develop with the data center business. So I have no doubt it's a quality company. It's just like freaking volatile rocket ship, that thing.
Oh yeah, definitely volatile.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's just like, holy shit.
Uh.
I agree. Chryslers in the 90s. My parents bought a Fifth Avenue, which is a pretty expensive time. Every time I would flip out a U-turn, it would die.
Oh jeez.
I had my first car was a Chevy Cavalier, like an 88. So it would just die at stop signs sometimes.
Mm.
Like every month or so, I would be sitting at a stop sign and it would just die. And then my friends and me would have to jump out, push it to like a near parking lot. And then 20 minutes later, it would just start again. So how do you think I feel that all the new cars have the idle switch off? I get PTSD, I swear to God, every time. So thank God it has a button where you can turn that off. But man, like if I'm sitting, I forget to turn off that button, and then all of a sudden the engine just shuts off at like stop signs. Like my heart drops because I'm like going back to when I was a teenager. I'm like, oh my God, my car died. It's like, oh no, it's that stupid start stop feature.
It's rough.
Yeah. You only get these takes from someone that's a millennial.
Yeah.
Funny enough, Bacon showed me the light. I'm a Crocs investor.
I don't get to take credit for Crocs. I really don't.
Dude, I have to admit, I didn't even notice it dropped to $88.
Really?
I just looked today. I wasn't paying attention. I just hold it. I don't really actively monitor it, but fuck, man.
Yeah,
I should have bought the hell out of it when it was 80. What was it, 89 or 90?
Yeah. I nibbled around some more here and there.
Smart. I lost track of it.
Yeah, it's fine. You still have your allocation, and also like much how ANET is a volatile name. Obviously, Crocs.
I think my cost basis is like, it was 110. I think I trimmed it a bit. It's like 107 or 8 or something. So I keep thinking 200 or bust, but I should add some to it. I mean, you like under $100 at this point, it's like it's like an IQ test. If you see it under 100, just buy it, man. Like, seriously. What did this get up to?
Oh yeah, good old ASO.
Feels good. This one, it feels good. Because I missed like Jesse and me did like 2 of the bounces, and then like a year goes by and we just kind of lost track of it.
Mm-hmm.
And this was the first shot of it again. The freaking floor on this thing is unreal. It is. I shouldn't even share this with people. I should sell this. This should be a course because it's, dare I say, guaranteed. We don't want to say that.
No, we don't.
Some people might propose it's a guaranteed bottom. Like, I didn't I didn't take crayons out and draw this, but this stock has a magical floor. I don't know what to tell people. So it's just kind of trippy. And when it got to 4, it's like Jesse, buy it, pussy. Buy it. He was too busy though. He's a rich corporate executive anyways. He doesn't need it like I'm a brokey.
Jesse's doing great for himself.
Wow, feeder. Jesse's with the killdozer.
Yes. Happy for the guy.
Yeah. I think, dude, I'm telling, I said at the beginning, you have to have Crocs when you're in capital mindset. If you say bad things about Crocs, we will find you.
I don't go that far.
Sam will do terrible things to you.
Well, he almost always does that regardless.
I was like, Sam will find you. So be nice to him.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully y'all survive tomorrow. I don't know what the market's going to do on that tariff auto news.
Yeah.
I wonder, Who do you? Okay, prediction.
Mhm.
What car company gets clapped the worst tomorrow? Based on all we know is he said 25% tariff on made in America, whatever that means.
Hmm.
Wait, what's Volkswagen? Is Volkswagen
Yeah,
a
I was gonna
stock?
say,
Is there like 3 versions of it?
yeah,
Or
there's like some convoluted things. So like knee jerk, my gut tells me one of those, but I don't know.
I don't want to look Porsche up. Yeah, which friggin' Porsche do you look up?
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Someone also half jokingly said if race somehow goes down off
oh
of
my
this news,
god.
yeah, like some might
I
say,
mean, they
buy it.
can't do anything about this. That's what
Yep.
Ferrari can't do anything. They're made in Italy.
Hmm.
They literally can't make them anywhere else.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I will say though, in Ferrari's
Mm,
defense, if there was a company that could pass the expense onto the customer, we're looking
yes.
at it.
The only thing, like, what's the future of them? It's the only thing
I
that
don't know.
terrifies
Yeah,
me. Because
same.
if this was an American company, I wouldn't feel that worried. But this is in Europe with the
Mhm.
EU
Hmm.
and all their emissions nonsense, right?
Yep.
Like, I don't know. Like, does this company survive going to an electric like with electric motors? I don't know.
Yeah. I
Kind
don't
of
know either.
scares me.
But if we were to talk about brand and moat,
I mean, trade. I mean, hell, if we want to talk
Yeah.
trade, I'm all about that.
Mhm.
Because if this gets clapped like tomorrow in the next few days,
Yeah.
like, okay, I'm swinging with it. We can swing it. Holy, okay, this might be the winner to think about. I guess we'll see what tomorrow brings. If this goes under 400, wow.
yeah, that would be quite a shock.
Look at after hours.
Oh, we're already there.
402.
Okay, just about. Wow.
I think this might be the best play though. I mean, they can't like announce a new factory to deal with this. Like Hyundai just announced they were going to develop some American factories
Yep.
for their cars because they know this was coming.
Hmm.
I'm sure some of their lobbyists told them this was coming. All right, General Motors 6%. Okay, Ford.
Oh no, Ford.
Okay,
No.
5%.
Yeah.
Miko. Is this a car company?
Yeah, I was gonna say Mercado Libre. I thought they were something else, but I don't recall what.
No, was it a marketplace dedicated e-commerce online? No. What's the Indian one?
Oh,
Tata?
Tata. Yeah, Tata. But they
Do
also
they have
have a
stock?
convoluted.
I don't think they really sell to America anyways.
No, I don't think they do either. But yeah, it's convoluted.
What Porsche? Okay, I didn't check. Wait, which Porsche am I getting?
Yeah.
We don't know. There's no after hours for this. So
Hmm.
okay, I'm gonna watch Ferrari.
Yeah. This is
Yeah,
where the viewer front runs you, Dan. No.
you ain't front running me a goddamn thing. No, maybe people are. I don't know. Yeah, you got Mercedes, Volkswagen.
Yeah.
GM's going to take a clip because a lot of GM stuff comes from Canada and Mexico.
Yeah.
So
Knee-jerk.
Toyota. Oh, I didn't check Toyota.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, because knee jerk, my gut says Volkswagen, but I could see
I knew
being
it.
wrong.
Toyota's already in America.
Hmm. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure most of the Toyotas in America are here
America.
already.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like my Hondas came from like Kentucky. There's like a sticker on them says where they're from.
Mhm.
So, all right. So maybe we're all Ferrari people tomorrow. We'll see. Shit's going to be crazy.
Yeah.
Wait, do you think Tesla got clipped at all? No,
No, if it did, it's
because they make them in Texas and California. Because I
Yeah.
think the ones in China,
go
they stay in
to
China.
yeah. Generally speaking, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, I don't think the Chinese ones come here.
Yeah.
So, anyways, all right, man, we've gone on for a long time.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Lots of ground.
Oh, 50 people watching.
Hey.
50 people. That's right. We appreciate oh my god. Oh, I thought he said 24-hour live. So
No, couldn't do that.
what was the longest Fabio did in the old day? Was it 8.5?
Oh, yeah, it was
9?
8, 9 range. Yeah.
Legitimately, like during the pandemic, because we all kind of met during the pandemic when we were all kind of bored out of our minds.
Yep.
Like he was doing 8-hour live streams. I don't know how, like I'm ready to be done. Like I can't do over 2 hours. I start getting like 2 hours, I think is like maybe 2:30. Like I'm ready to be done. So holy shit. Yeah, when he did those, Kamara's doing like 4 hours every day. I'm like, what's the point of all the dividends if all you do is sit in front of your computer talking about the fucking yield max dividends? It's like this weird wheel. It's like this weird cycle. Like, oh, I'm living my best life, but all you do is talk about these funds and sit in front of a computer talking about these funds. It's like,
Could
anyways,
literally
we're
do
talking about
anything else.
McDonald's now.
Yeah.
Speaking of stocks, Toyota is big on supply chain quality.
Oh yeah. Yep. That's
My
why
next
it's
cars
really
are going to
hard.
be Toyotas. I'm happy with Hondas, but I've had like 5 of them, so I'd like to just try something different.
Mhm.
My goal is to give my Civic to my kids when they turn 16. They can both share the Civic, and then I want a Lexus, I think. Or man, Fabio's Porsche is sweet. I'm telling you. I don't know if I want to get one of those cars up here though in New York.
Yeah,
It's like
if you're
it's
in a place with
cool.
winter.
I know they make all-wheel Porsches, but I mean, I deal with snowstorms and
Yeah.
salt. So I don't know if
Rough
I would
winter.
bother with a sports
Yeah.
car while I'm still living up here. I'll wait till I go down south. Dan can buy a Lexus with his BTI dividends. If you gave me a few years to save them up, yeah, I could.
BTI, being heavy BTI in the active holdings for me has been very nice. Very nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a good
Happy
company.
camper. Yep.
Oh well, that's all we got. So
Mhm.
thank you to the 50-ish people watching.
Oh yes.
I don't know. I'll be interested to see what Russ he's going to edit the. I don't know if I want to watch it. I don't watch myself. I'll listen to myself on YouTube, but I won't watch it.
Mm.
I get creeped out by watching it. So, anyways, thanks. And any other parting shots?
I'm gonna do a April Fool's special with Andrew and my side channel where I spread myself way too thin. It's gonna basically be like undergrad finance 101 stuff, but like all condensed because I'm stupid.
April 1st.
Yeah. April Fool's Day. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So people, that's
I'll
look forward
post
to.
it. Well, no, you can just post it in the collaborative.
Yeah. I'll be able to do that. Yeah, and it's gonna be pretty darn. Should be basic. For those that aren't academically aware, maybe you might get some use out of it.
We're like the bonus content you get.
Yeah.
That you didn't really want, but you pay to free think Fabio, but then you get us.
Hey.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I will say, like, your ideas definitely have divergence, and I think there's great value in that.
I try not to talk about the same things that
too.
Well, we have similar investments, but if it wasn't like some of it, I'm just not going to talk about.
Like if I didn't mention BTI, would you have said a word about BTI this live? No, it's because you don't make a single stock. Your personality. Some people are like, "Oh, this one company."
I'm the McDonald's cult leader. Other than that, although I'm liquidating.
Yeah.
Probably start liquidating that this year. So my goal is to liquidate a lot of stuff into just indexes next 10 years. I probably should have Strongman do my taxes so he can help me figure out to mitigate taxes. Maybe I'll hire him. So,
well, the first call's free.
Yes, first call's free. I was talking to him like a few hours ago. So, yeah, actually, maybe I might see him this summer.
Yay!
I don't know yet. So, thanks for watching. Do I do an outro?
Yeah, why not?
I can't wait. No, I can't pick one. We'll just end it. Thanks for watching. See you later.